Let's take another example where we type text from the command line into a file. So I'm going to do wait open, and I'm going to write to a file called file22.txt, and I'm going to open it for write as file. Now I want the inputs to come from the command line, so I'm going to take the inputs from the command line, and the description will be enter your text. And having gotten that, then I will write that text. So it allows me to enter the text, and then it writes it into file22.txt, and I'm going to be entering this command from the command line. You can open your command line from terminal, new terminal, or you can just click it. If you have it already opened, you can click it, or you can press Ctrl tilde. Tilde is the key behind your escape key. And then I have this file read.py stored under a folder called file IO. So I'm just going to move into that file IO folder, and then I'm going to run the file read.py. So right now read.py will ask me to enter a text. So I'm just going to say I am entering something. Now this will be written into file 22.txt. So let's look at the content of file 22.txt. You can see right here we have I am entering something. Now I would like to make it a little bit better. So what I want to do is to be able to keep entering text so that it won't just be one entry and then it comes out. So I'm going to do a while true. While true means as long as I keep entering this text, keep writing in it. The trouble with this is that it's not going to ever stop, because there is no way to break out of this loop. I'm going to say if the length of the text, or I'll rather say if not the length of the text. If not the length of the text means if this text does not have a length, that is, there is nothing written in there, then it should break out of the loop. Let's run the code again. So Python read.py is going to ask me to enter something. I am entering something. You see, it loops again and asks me to enter another thing. So I'll say subscribe to my channel, the best Python tutor ever. So if I want to get out of this, I'm just going to press another enter. That is, I'm not entering anything, so it comes out of the code. Now if you check file 22, you're going to have all this mobile together. All the text is here. I am entering something. Subscribe to my channel, the best Python ever. This is not very well done. I would rather want it to be written this way. So, and as you can guess, that is putting a line break. To make sure it doesn't mobile up all the writing, I'm going to put file.write. I'm going to write a new line in here. So it does the reading and then it writes a new line. So let's run the code one more time. This is the best Python tutorial online. Please subscribe to my channel. Go to YouTube. You'll find me there. Okay, so just enter whatever text and then it writes this content into file 22.txt, and now it puts a line break. There is a line break at the end of each of the line in the file. I can also have it print out whatever I write in immediately after I have typed it. So what I'm going to do is that I will come out of the loop. This is out of the loop, and then I will print file file22.txt output. I just want to use this one as a description. And as I keep entering, it's going to be putting the cursor at the end of the line. So what I need to do in this case, we've done this, is to seek back to the beginning of the file. That is, I want to start reading from the beginning of the file. Then I'm going to print out file.read. Now, this is not going to work the way it is expected to, and I don't know if you could guess what the problem is, but let's give it a try. And so we'll say line 1, line 2, line 3. Here, it's not going to work because I'm using only a write. Write only will write, but will not allow you to read while the file is opened. So if you want to be able to read and write, you're going to do W+. So let's run the code again, and then I can say line 1, line 2, something here, something there. So you see right now, it read those lines and then it printed them out also. So this is the content of file txt output right here. Of course, you can also look at the file itself and you will see the contents there. Welcome back to this tutorial, and this time we're going to be looking at binary files using the WB access mode. We're going to be doing it using an example in which we'll be downloading an image from the internet, and to do that, we're going to be importing a module called the request module. This is a very popular module. If you don't have it yet, you can just come on your terminal and say pip install requests. I already have it installed, so it's going to say the requirement has been satisfied. If you don't have it yet, it's going to install the request module for you. So I will import the request module here. The request module gives me the ability to download or to post something onto the internet. It does a whole lot of stuff. You can check it out. To get something from the internet using the request module, you will be calling the get method among other methods. So if you want to get something, you just say use the get method, and you can now store it into a variable. In this instance, I want to call that variable image or img. The parameter it receives is the URL that the image exists in. So we're going to be going to the internet to download an image. I have my browser opened, so I want to look for a mountain image. So I will just type mountains, and I'm going to go to the image tab in Google, and I'll pick the first image, and I'll right click on this image and say copy image address. To be sure I copied the right image address, I'm going to click on another tab and paste the address I copied and press enter. Yeah, you can see it's opening that image for me. So this is the right address that I need to download that image. I'm going to come here and put that image in a string here in the get method of request, and then I'm going to store the image on my local computer. So to do that, I will open for write, open with, so I'm going to call it image1.jpg. That's what I want the image to be. And then I'm going to do WB, which is as file. And then I'm going to write into the file the image. The image has a parameter that will give you the content that will put the content, the byte content, into the file you're about to write into, and that is called content. So this image.content will download the image from the internet and will write it into this file. Another way to check if the download is well done is just to do a print, because when you do request.get, it returns you the status code of the request you just made. So if I do img, it's going to return the status code of the request. If it is 200, that means it downloaded the image. So this is the code. You import request, you get the image from the internet, you open the file where you want to store the image, and then you write the image to that file, and then you print to know if the image was successfully downloaded. So I'm just going to come here to my terminal, go to where my file read.py is, and then run the file python read.py. Yeah, you can see response 200. That means it actually downloaded the file and put it in here. So to check that, you can look for the file here. You can see image 1. If you click on image 1, it should give you the file. And if you want to see the image, maybe you want to see it in your folder. If you're using VS Code, just right click anywhere in the folder and say review in Explorer. And this is the folder where the image is stored. You can see the image here, image1.jpg. I can double click it to see it. Same way it opened in VS Code. This is the image downloaded directly to my local folder.